This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis. Nazi this, Nazi that.
In a jaw-dropping moment on live TV, Greg Gutfeld, Fox News self-styled provocateur, declares conservatives should embrace the term Nazi as their own, sparking a firestorm of outrage that threatens to redefine his career and Fox News reputation. Will this be the line that finally goes too far? A provocation too far? Picture this. It's July 15th, 2025, and the set of Fox News The Five is buzzing with its usual mix of heated debate and smug banter. The topic? A recent immigration raid at a California cannabis farm, where protesters clashed with ICE agents. But what starts as a routine discussion about violent anti-ICE rhetoric takes a dark, surreal turn. Greg Gutfeld, the show's resident comedian, leans into the camera with a smirk and drops a bombshell. Conservatives, he says, should learn from the blacks and reclaim the term Nazi to strip it of its power. What up, my Nazi? Hey, what's hanging, my Nazi? He quips as co-host Kennedy chimes in with a gleeful Nazi please, and Jesse Waters giggles in the background. The studio might have been laughing, but the internet wasn't. Within hours, clips of the segment spread like wildfire across X, igniting a firestorm of outrage and disbelief. Gutfeld's attempt to equate the reclamation of a racial slur rooted in centuries of oppression with casually adopting Nazi, a term tied to the genocide of 6 million Jews and countless others, struck many as not just tone-deaf, but downright dangerous. The world reacts. The backlash was swift and merciless. Zedio founder Mehdi Hasan took to X, writing, "These quotes, even if said in jest, would destroy the careers of any other journalist on any other mainstream national media platform. But Fox doesn't employ journalists and doesn't have any journalistic or decency standards." Leftist streamer Hassan Piker was blunter. "We've officially gotten to the point where Fox News commentators are comfortable calling themselves Nazis." Conservative writer Kathy Young didn't hold back either, branding Gutfeld's remarks beneath contempt for their normalization of Nazism. On X, the reactions were a chaotic mix of fury and defense. One user fumed, "You're spitting on the graves of Holocaust victims and mocking centuries of black suffering for clout. You don't sound provocative, you sound like two dusty cousins at Thanksgiving dinner trying to out-racist each other before dessert." Another quipped, "I did not have Republicans admitting they are in fact Nazis on my 2025 bingo card." Yet, some rallied to Gutfeld's side. "Now this is America. More of this," one X-user declared, while another shrugged. "I get his point, but it's not true anymore. Just look how triggered leftist losers are in the comments." Mainstream media piled on. Rolling Stone called Gutfeld's comments a gag that fell flat, noting the irony of his co-host's laughter while he trivialized one of history's darkest ideologies. HuffPost described the segment as jarring, slamming its flippant tone and racist undertones. Even BuzzFeed weighed in, with one headline starkly stating, "Glad they went full mask off and stopped hiding it." The Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum, silent on this particular incident, had previously criticized Gutfeld in 2023 for claiming some Jews survived Nazi camps by being useful, a remark they called historically inaccurate. Gutfeld's long dance with controversy. This isn't Gutfeld's first brush with infamy. Once a sharp-tongued critic of both sides on Fox's Red Eye, he's morphed into a loyal Trump supporter, his rhetoric growing increasingly extreme. In 2023, he sparked outrage by comparing transgender healthcare providers to Nazi doctors who experimented on Jews during the Holocaust, gleefully stating he cannot wait for their reckoning. That same year, he suggested an American civil war was necessary because elections don't work, and the nation was in peril and chaos. Earlier, in 2023, he faced backlash for claiming some Jews survived Nazi concentration camps by being useful, a comment condemned by the White House and the Auschwitz Museum as a dangerous and extreme lie. Gutfeld's defenders argue he's a provocateur, not a propagandist, using humor to expose liberal hypocrisy. But critics see a pattern, a willingness to flirt with extremist rhetoric for shock value, all while cloaking it in comedy. His Gutfeld show, Fox's attempt at late-night comedy has been panned as unfunny and mean-spirited, with one critic calling it a confused ramble containing 5-year-old reference jokes. Yet, it remains a ratings hit, proving there's an audience for his brand of outrage. The irony? Gutfeld himself has wielded Nazi as an insult, as when he labeled transgender healthcare providers as akin to Holocaust-era doctors. Now, he wants to flip the script, turning a term synonymous with genocide into a casual catchphrase. It's a gamble that assumes his audience will laugh along, and many do. But at what cost? Why this matters? Gutfeld's comments didn't happen in a vacuum. They come amid a polarized political climate where accusations of fascism are lobbed freely, and terms like Nazi are weaponized by both sides. For conservatives like Gutfeld, being called a Nazi by critics of Trump-era policies, mass deportations, anti-immigrant rhetoric has become a badge of defiance. But equating that with the Black community's complex, centuries-long struggle to reclaim a racial slur is not just a false equivalence. It's a deliberate provocation that trivializes both Black suffering and the Holocaust's horrors. This segment also highlights Fox News' unique place in media. Unlike other networks, where such remarks might end careers, Fox's lack of journalistic or decency standards, as Hassan put it, allows Gutfeld to push boundaries without consequence. This isn't new. In 2023, Fox faced no apparent repercussions when Gutfeld's Holocaust comments drew White House condemnation. The network's silence on this latest controversy suggests they're banking on the outrage fading or boosting their ratings. A line crossed or just another stunt? Here's where I get real. Gutfeld's shtick thrives on outrage, but this time, he's playing with fire. Comparing the reclamation of a racial slur to casually adopting Nazi isn't just ignorant. It's a slap in the face to those who've endured systemic oppression and to the memory of millions slaughtered by the Third Reich. It's not clever or edgy. It's lazy. Gutfeld's defenders might call it satire, but satire punches up or at least makes a point. This just punches down, mocking histories of pain for a cheap laugh. I can't help but wonder, is this what passes for discourse now? A race to the bottom where nothing's sacred? Maybe I'm naive, but I believe words matter. And this crosses a line that no amount of "it's just a joke" can justify. Let's talk about it. Was Gutfeld's comment a bold move to expose double standards, or did he go too far? Should Fox News face consequences for airing this? And what does it say about our culture when a major network host can say, "What up, my Nazi?" and keep his job? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear where you stand. Is this just Gutfeld being Gutfeld, or is it a sign of something darker? If this story got your blood boiling or your brain buzzing, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shape our world.